Someone you've never heard from. He's an inventor. Oh. I wonder if we'll hear what he invented. I would imagine so. An inventor, please welcome Charles Dumpster. Charles Dumpster. Charles Dumpster.
Oh, thank you. Well, thank you very much, Scott. Thank you. What a delightful young man you are. Thank you for introducing me and welcoming me to this wonderful program.
You know, when you introduce a Charles Dumpster, you don't know what his voice is going to sound like.
Well, we've only spoken through email.
This is our first time speaking, so
it's true. Are you surprised to see I'm quite a good deal older than you, but I've got a merry twinkle in my eye.
You do. That was the first thing I noticed was the twinkle.
From far away, you could see it.
Sure.
That's how merry I am all the time. The eyes are the window to the merriment in one's soul.
Mr. Dumpster. What an unusual name, I have to say, first of all.
Oh, well, it's an old family name.
What is your, I want to say genealogy? Or
lineage?
There you go.
Words are hard sometimes.
We struggle with them all day.
Some of us do. I suppose we go way back to, I don't know, sort of the Germanic countries. I mean, we've been in America for quite a long time, my family.
Germanic countries?
Yes. Like Germany.
That's
countries you think are like Germany, but maybe aren't.
I would say out of the Germanic countries, Germany would be number one with a bullet.
Oh, sure. It's probably the first country you think of when someone says Germanic countries. Because German is in it, you see.
Oh, yeah, I guess I never put that together.
We'll put it together now. It's fun.
It's like Legos.
It's like a word Lego. But if you step on a word, it doesn't hurt your foot. Parents understand what I'm talking about.
Dumpster. So now, Charles, may I call you Charles or should I call you Mr. Dumpster?
You may call me Charles. You may call me Mr. Dumpster. Whatever makes you comfortable.
I don't know. It's you know, I have difficulty calling someone by their first name when they're
of advanced years.
Yes, you know.
I do seem more like a Mr. Dumpster, don't I?
Although that doesn't sound that great either. You know what I mean?
Why is that? What's wrong with calling me Mr. Dumpster if that is indeed my name?
Well, it's just that name.
Yes, my name.
Dumpster.
Right.
It doesn't have the nicest connotation here in the United States.
Are you saying it puts one in mind of the dumpster brand trash receptacles?
You must have heard this before, obviously, yes.
Scott, not only have I heard it, I coined it. I'm the inventor of the dumpster. Thank you. You're welcome, everyone. You're welcome. Whenever you have too much trash to throw away, we're always there for you. Did you just buy a new flat screen TV? Want to get rid of that box? Use a dumpster.
You invented the dumpster.
Yes, I did, yes.
Okay, so I see now. So it was named after your last name.
Yes.
Okay.
Long time ago, I invented the dumpster.
How long ago? I mean, I feel like they've been around as long as I've been alive.
Well, I'm a good deal older than you, don't forget.
Don't touch me.
You're just a boy. You're just a young man in the prime of your life.
That doesn't give you any reason to touch me like
What
that.
are you talking about?
You can't catch me.
Oh, I can't catch you. I'm far too old and we're far too high in the sky in this goddamn city. That was unpleasant.
Just moving around that
Yes,
much?
just to faux chase you for a fraction of a second. Really took it out of me.
So now, how did you invent the dumpster? Was it like...
I'll tell you. I was even younger than you when I invented the dumpster.
Even younger than I? Tell me more, sir.
I will. I intend to. And I'm going to follow through.
Then I shall listen.
What's happening right now? You're like a different person.
Go on, Mr. Dumpster. I'm sorry.
Thank you. I enjoy your playfulness. I think it's fun.
I have a twinkle in my own eye.
You do indeed. Keep that twinkle, Scott. Keep that twinkle in your eye. For eventually the light goes out of all of our eyes, and we're dead in the cold, cold ground. Do you know, son, I think about death quite a bit. As I near the end of my life, it's all I think about. I'm torn, you see, because there's so much joy and beauty in the world, and I want to grab it all and just touch it. But always I know, right over my shoulder, the Grim Reaper lurks.
At a certain point, he's just going to take his... It's pronounced scythe.
Scythe.
Yeah.
Yes. Did you want to say scythe?
But then I got confused with Skype.
Right.
What if death Skyped you one day, and that was how he took you?
Why, that sounds like it has all the makings of a wonderful horror film.
It really does. Like, don't answer your Skypes.
When you hear that weird noise, just shut your computer. Bleep, blop, bloop, bloop, bleep, bloop, bloop. It's death. You keep looking over my shoulder. Is death actually here?
I'm trying to get our sound guy's attention because I feel the...
Because all we can hear is a thundering echo of our own voices?
Yes. I'm trying to stare intently at your lips.
Yes.
And also get our sound guy's attention.
When you talk, I feel as if you're in a stadium blocks and blocks away from here.
Anything more in the monitors would be like anything.
Oh, like that? That's a little better.
There we go. That's a little better.
Yes, hello.
Like as loud as they can go would be
I
great
wouldn't
for
mind
me.
a little more of my own vocals in the wedges.
So you think about death a lot. How old are you?
Well, now, Scott, do you need me to tell you the exact age? Because I'm a man of advanced years. As you can see, I have a great flowing white hair down to my shoulders. I say I have inventor hair. My clothing is a bit old-fashioned from a bygone era.
Did you stop buying clothes at a certain point? Is that what happened?
Well, I just felt that there were certain clothes that suited me, and I should stick with that, and so what if it makes me look like I got out of a time machine? This is what I look like.
I was going to say, yeah, not a lot of people are wearing exactly what you're wearing.
No, a long frock coat, and a wondrous...
Did you just die?
No, I did not. I'm trying to think of the most enjoyable words to describe my waistcoat.
I don't know that I've ever seen one like that.
It's a wonderful crosshatch plaid. With brass buttons that are on the verge of bursting, I'm afraid.
Well, we all gain weight as we get older in our...
Not all of us. Some people get skinnier and skinnier. They become rail thin, just like a skeleton with wrinkles. How do they do it?
But needless to say, the dumpster has been around for a long time.
Yes, let's put a pin in death for the moment. We can always talk about it later because it's all I think about. But it's a fun distraction for me to talk about my early days as an inventor.
The year was...
I'm going to say it was... Go. 1927. Oh, I see what you're doing. The world was drinking bootleg hooch and dancing the Charleston. World War I was winding down. I don't know. Everyone was in black and white. All right, you seem to be on a loop.
Bootleggers.
Yes, covered.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I was singing my song.
Right.
Flappers.
It's hard to hear other people talk when you're singing a song into a microphone.
It's hard to hear me singing that song.
I bet it was. I bet the concert performers, they don't get to hear a lot of the conversations people are having in the stands of the show because they're busy singing into the microphone. And I bet they go home in their limousines and they say to their tour manager, I wonder what those people were talking about. I could see everyone's lips moving, but I couldn't hear a word.
Very similar to what we're experiencing right now.
Yes. I just keep getting louder and louder in hopes it'll make a difference. Now then.
Yes.
So I was a young man.
1927. You're a young man.
Young man. I was full of vim and vigor, and I wanted to do something good for the world. You see, I grew up very poor. We were not wealthy, my family, and I was a part of a large family. I was the baby of 13 children. Can you imagine that?
I cannot imagine
13 children.
A baker's dozen.
That's right. My father was a baker.
He was?
Yes.
Is that where it coined the phrase?
Well, that's not where the phrase came from.
He had 13 kids and was like, this is probably a dozen.
It was because... Well, now, you'll forgive me if I defend my father's honor. He was very good at math.
But what were some of the math problems that he could do? I'm interested.
I tell you what, give me an example of some of the math problems you could do, and then I'll tell you if he could do them as well.
12 times 12.
Absolutely. He'd answer it before you even finish asking.
So you would get to 12 times to, and he would answer it.
That's correct. Is that what you needed to hear?
So he was a baker.
He was a baker. He insisted on having 13 children to honor his profession. But he didn't realize what a strain it would put on all of us, my mother included, because we were living in a very tiny place. He was not a successful baker.
What would he bake? He would bake bread, I would imagine.
Well, he would try to.
He never succeeded at baking bread.
He never brought a loaf of bread to the point where it resembled what it was supposed to be. It would still be wet and gooey. He'd say, loaf of bread, costs a nickel. Somebody would say, what? That's outrageous, a nickel. I could buy a new suit for that.
So he's overcharging.
He's terrible at what he did, and he was overcharging for it besides. I guess he figured, look, I'm not good at this. If I can get one sucker to buy one of these, I'm set.
Sure. If you can sell one thing for $1 million...
That's right.
Doesn't matter how many people don't buy it.
I suppose that's true. But then, all you think about is, what if I could get one more person to buy that $1 million item? See, that's the problem with money. It creeps in, it gets into your soul, and it taints it from the inside out.
Really? So you do not like having a lot of money?
No, I don't. I do have a lot of money, but it's not fun for me.
It doesn't sound good to you.
It's a good way to put it, certainly. You might say of money, I love it. I would respond, I don't care.
The Icona Pop.
The Icona Pop countermeasure. Now then.
Yes.
Because my father was a terrible baker, he was an okay father.
Yeah. Was he stern? Did he discipline you?
He would give us stern looks.
Give me an example of this. Say I'm you.
All right. Oh, try to put yourself in the character of an exasperating person. See if you can summon that up.
Hi, Daddy.
No, we called it Papa.
Good note. Good note. Papa.
Or is it a Thursday?
It is a Thursday.
On Thursdays, we had to call him Chef Papa.
Is that because there were visitors or just...
That was when he would bake his terrible bread.
Chef Papa!
How dare you disturb me while I'm baking my bread?
I know you'll bake the bread this time. Wow, that is withering.
That's all he could do. He couldn't lay a hand on us because he loved us so much. Why do you question that with your eyes? You made a distinct face just now.
The fact that he couldn't because he loved you. He wouldn't, maybe.
Are we splitting hairs about words right now? I think what I said was perfectly acceptable.
It's fine. So...
I defer to your expertise.
So he's a stern man.
He was a stern man. I think he was sad because he was so terrible in his chosen profession. But he loved my mother, and he loved all of us kids, and he gave us the best life he could with his terrible incompetence. But we lived in one room, the 13 of us. Well, the 15 of us with the parents. Oh, and all those damn dogs.
How many dogs did you have?
7 dogs.
Why?
He couldn't turn away a stray, you see. And they were the only ones who would eat his disgusting yeasty bread. So he took it as a compliment. So I vowed, when I became a young man and I moved out of the house, got on my own, I said, I want to make affordable dwellings for people so that they'll never have to live like we lived. And that was the origin of the dumpster. They were intended to be low economic housing that was transportable anywhere you wanted to be. You could set up a home in any alley behind any restaurant or tavern, movie theater. What's another one? Bakery. Somewhere along the way, people started throwing trash in them.
Well, I can see the temptation. I mean, a lot of times you have trash and you have, trash cans before the dumpster.
Yes.
Were relatively small.
Exactly. You couldn't live in one of those.
But also, if you had a large amount of trash, there was nothing to do but buy, several trash cans.
Exactly.
And then you have trash cans all over the house, and who needs that?
Mostly it's more for businesses. I don't think that people who in a home are buying several trash cans.
You don't think people in houses buy several trash cans?
You're talking about large trash cans that you put out on the street.
No, I'm talking about small trash
Waste
cans.
paper baskets, not trash cans. You'll forgive me if I use a term of art.
Okay. But this is a regional thing, as my parents called it, a trash can.
Yeah, well, I would say this.
We were simple country folk.
Silence. Every waste paper basket is a trash can, but not every trash can is a waste paper basket. So you see, words do matter, son. Words do matter. Now, I'm a very genial person, and I think you've seen that. But you are
not
pushing me. You are pushing me to the limits. I came out here. I had a distinct twinkle in my eye.
Anyone can have a twinkle in their eye when they meet someone.
You're right. But then I got to know you.
Boo!
I'm just playing with you. I'm just playing with you. I think you're delightful. I think you're a delightful young man. I just want to squeeze your rosy cheek. Feels good, right?
Ooh,
Gets
boy.
the old heart going.
Ooh.
Lungs working overtime.
So,
Feeling every inch of that road.
whew. The year is 1927.
Yes, and I invented the dumpster. I think we covered that.
So people started throwing things away, and were
They
you
did.
saying, hey, this is not... Were you going around all the dumpsters going, don't do.
Well, I was doing it from the comfort of my own dumpster. I was living in one myself, quite
lived in
comfortably, I might add. Sit in there. I'd have a little candle to read by, and had my wireless radio listening to that. Then all of a sudden the lid would open, so we throw a bunch of fish skeletons in there. I'd say, hey! I wouldn't come to your house and do that. Well, of course, they'd apologize. Well, the damage had been done.
Well, that's terrible. I mean, are you disappointed with the dumpster's common usage?
Yes and no. I mean, we do need a place to put all that trash, and it's been quite lucrative for me, of course. You see dumpsters all over the place, in every country in the world. I'm quite proud of that. That each one bears my name, except for those off-brand ones. I'm not crazy about that. But I'm glad there's places we can put our trash. But I do wish that I could have seen a world where people were using dumpsters as dwellings. I myself still live in a dumpster. I've created a dumpster mansion.
A dumpster mansion?
Yes, it has 30 lids.
On a regular-sized dumpster, or...?
No, this is a...
It's a giant dumpster.
It's a gigantic dumpster that I call home.
What is it in back of?
It's in back of someone else's mansion.
Do you mind telling us whose? I mean...
Denzel Washington.
I love him.
He's a wonderful actor.
He really is.
He's always good at everything he does.
He picks and chooses the exact right roles.
Well, I don't know about that. But I will say he's good at everything that he does.
Maybe not every movie is good, but...
Exactly.
Right.
But every movie can't be good. Or we never know what good is. I'm full of stuff like this.
Does Denzel come out and dump stuff into your dumpster ever?
Well, no, he knows it's my home by this point.
In the early days, was he like dumping old scripts?
That first week was rough. But it was fun to read those movie scripts. I'd never read one before.
What was one that he threw away?
The Bone Collector.
Did you learn some interesting phrases like fade in and smash cut too?
I did! Interior night, the Bone Collector's house.
That's really a stage direction.
Yep.
Wow.
Well, this was an early draft, you understand. But it was good enough to get Denzel on the hook. And he took the part.
Wow. So, is that all you do now? You just kind of collect all the money from...
Well, I will confess, I'm a bit of a shrewd man, Scott. And I have a side business.
Ooh, side biz.
Yes. I never stopped inventing, you see. So I invented something called bulk trash.
Bulk trash.
That's right, bulk trash.
Well, I'm having a hard time figuring out what that even might be.
Well, it's a big pile of trash that's too big to go into a waste paper basket. So people have to put it in a dumpster. And so I sell people this bulk trash, and then they're also using one of my dumpsters. It's a win-win,
The Paul Giamatti special.
if you will.
So it's slightly smaller than a dumpster.
Yes, it's big enough. It's just big enough to fit inside a dumpster.
Right. Why would people buy trash? I'm having a hard time figuring that out.
Well, I had a hard time figuring that out too, but then I realized there was a certain market for this bulk trash, and it's hoarders who are in a hurry. Let's say you're a hoarder. You've got 6 pill bottles and some old magazines. You're thinking, I just want to be at that place where it's scary. Where people are telling me, you got to do something about this. I'm saying, I can't. It all means something to me.
Sure, you have a subscription to a newspaper.
That's right. But that could take weeks, months, years to accumulate. It was after I saw that TV show Hoarders, and I said, I bet there's somebody out there watching this show that's saying, that's the life for me. It turns out I was right.
But don't the hoarders not want to throw it into the dumpster? They want to keep it in their house.
But eventually they're forced to. One way or another, the dumpster waits for all that trash.
That's very philosophical. It's almost like the Grim Reaper in a way.
Oh, I never thought of myself as trash as Grim Reaper. But I suppose I am after a fashion.
Do you put, like, what kind of trash do you use? Do you have magazines? Do you even put, like, old animal skeletons in there?
Absolutely, everything under the sun. Remember that pantyhose that came in a plastic egg?
Sure.
All those plastic eggs have to go somewhere. Sometimes you'll switch it up, and for the people that are going to clean out the hoarder's home after the hoarder has died, we'll put gold coins in there.
Oh, that's fun.
Yes.
It's like a Willy Wonka thing.
Like in a fancy little treasure chest.
Like 1 out of every 1,000.
Exactly. Makes it fun for the families.
So do you have people helping you out with this, or do you have employees? Or
of course I have employees. I love my employees. I love them all. I never took a wife, and I've never had children.
Why is that?
I just felt it wasn't right to do. I felt it was unfair because I'm always inventing, always thinking of ideas, and I live in a giant trash can.
And they would have to take the name of dumpster.
That's also true.
That's also true. So you never got one on the hook?
No, I've had many loves over the course of my life, but never asked anyone to settle down with me. Eventually, I'd always have to break it off and say, I love you very much, but I live in a big trash can. That usually did it, whether they believed me or not.
You're either a guy who lives in a trash can or a guy crazy enough to say you live in a trash can.
It's a relationship ender.
What date would that be usually?
Oh, well, sometimes it went on for quite a long time, and it would go on to the point where it's getting serious. And obviously, she's waiting for me to pop the question, but instead of popping the question, I would hit her with that statement. And then she was in a cab and far away.
It's a shame.
Well, I've chosen my life, and I certainly do have the love and affection of all those around me. And of course, I'm very involved in my employees' lives, and I wouldn't have it any other way. I love them all as if they were all my children, all my trash children. I call them that, my trash children.
Do they like that?
I can't tell. Because a lot of people humor the elderly, you see, so maybe they're just being polite, or maybe they do genuinely enjoy this term of endearment that I've bestowed upon them, my trash children.
Do they have, like, upside-down smiles on their faces when you say that?
Do you mean frowns?
I'm just wondering if you are able to recognize frowns.
Why wouldn't I be? Just out of curiosity.
Some people don't have facial recognition software in their eyeballs.
I do. I've never indicated that I don't. It's a very strange question.
Just wanted to check.
Hey, do you have that thing where you can't smell stuff?
Anosmia?
That's right.
Did you say smell or spell?
Let's say either applies.
I don't have either.
Can you spell?
I can smell.
Can you spell?
For the most part. How do you smell?
I think I smell lovely. People think I'll smell terrible because I live in a dumpster. But I take care of myself, and I have a little shower in there.
Like a hobo shower, or?
It's a proper shower, but of course the ceiling's very low, so it's almost more like a bath of rain. I have to lie down and roll around to get all of me clean.
Why not just take a bath?
Baths are disgusting. They're for babies.
You're a grown man.
That's right, I'm very old.
So you love your employees.
I love them so much.
You're involved in their lives.
I am involved in their lives. I'm asking them, Jody, what are you talking about over here? Why do you not love this man? I would say, Frederick, why don't you ask her out on a date? I try to set up these little matchmaking endeavors with the employees. And sometimes it works to great effect. All of my employees are married to each other. But they didn't start out that way.
So you hire an equal amount of people who would be attracted to each other. I don't want to say men and women, but
I don't know if they will be or not. I hope that they will be. I hope that because I love them so much, I hope they'll love each other.
So when someone quits, does their loved one quit as well?
Often that is the case, yes. So sometimes I have to rehire people and hope that they'll hit it off, and they always do. Sometimes I've broken up marriages because I didn't realize that the people were married when they took the job. I inadvertently wrecked a home. Not my intent, of course. I love everyone. I want them to be happy. I don't know if it's more surprising that 2 people cheer for that, or more people didn't. It's a very positive statement.
Yeah, I want people to be happy. Silence other than 2 people.
You caught that the same way I caught that.
Yeah.
You see, we're not so different, you and
We're
I.
not.
No, I'm going to come
Oh,
squeeze your
God,
face.
no.
Oh, he's fallen down to the ground. You're giggling.
I'm having fun. I like you. I do like you.
I like you too,
You're an
Scott.
obstinate old coot.
Oh, I don't think that I am at all.
Do you have hobbies?
Well, yes, I like to dumpster dive.
What does that mean to you?
I will literally dive into a dumpster. That's my exercise. I'll climb up on top of some old stacked up trash cans or milk crates or what have you, a chain link fence, and I will literally dive into a dumpster. And then I come out with such treasures you wouldn't believe. Where does everyone keep going? It's very strange.
Remember the days when you would go see a show and you'd sit in your seat and you would just watch it?
Well, of course I do. I'm very old.
You weren't such a raging alcoholic you had to go get a drink every 10 minutes?
Like you start to feel that hot sweat. Oh, I'm not drinking. What am I going to do?
The click. Cat on a hot tin roof.
Rusted. Do you recall in the early days of film when they would show movies in the cinema?
Like the train coming at you film?
Well, yes, just after that. When they started selling the concessions at the movie theater. Before there was popcorn, there were deviled eggs. Can you imagine such a thing? Deviled eggs. Oh, imagine the stench inside that theater. What an insane thing to do. Imagine the sound of everyone's disgusting lips smacking together as they're chewing deviled eggs. Oh. And this is in the days of silent films. It's even worse.
But at the same time, everyone also used to shit in pots and then pour them out the window.
You're thinking of Dickensian times?
Oh, this is still when you were growing up as a kid, back in the 20s.
I'll tell you, when I was growing up in the 20s, not a lot of people were doing as you say, and throwing it out the window.
They certainly were in major metropolitan areas. I recently went to a museum that talked about that.
You're saying in major... What museum was this?
The Lower East Side in...
the Tenement Museum?
Yes.
Yes, that was happening in tenements. It wasn't happening all over the place.
Well, yeah, it wasn't happening on farms. That would be insane.
Well, you're making it sound as if that was de rigueur for the world, which it wasn't.
In places that had movie theaters, they were usually...
We're getting sidetracked.
You think?
My point was... They stopped having the deviled eggs in there because people were constantly getting up every 10 minutes to go get more deviled eggs. It's a very addictive food.
Well, Charles...
Scott.
It's great to meet you.
It's wonderful to meet you. You're a little bit of a rascal, but I like you.
It's my pleasure to bring your story to the world. That's what we do with this show, is we find interesting people and we bring their stories, and you certainly have told your story here tonight. And for that, I thank you.
What a noble man you are to do such a thing. To bring the stories of interesting people to the world. Are you regarded as a noble man by people?
I am, I like to think. This show
But you don't know for sure.
I don't like to...
No one's ever said you're noble except for me just now.
That's true.
I'll read between the lines on that one. Piece it together via context clues.
But Charles, or Mr. Dumpster...
Whatever you like.
Can you stick around and...
I have literally nowhere else to go.
Very good. Very good.
Very
good. Very good.
Very good.
Very good.
Very good.
Very good.
Very good.
Very good.
Very good.
Would it be of interest to you, Mr. Dumpster, to know that our next guest...
I'm going to stop you right there. I'm interested.
What a curious mind you have.
Well, I love people, don't you see?
You do.
I do, even before I've met them.
What about after you've met them?
I love them even more.
You're like Santa Claus in a way.
No. No, I don't think so. I'm not going to just give people things for nothing.
You've never given away a dumpster.
Of course, I've given away dumpsters, but not to little children. They don't understand.
They think they're getting a punishment gift?
Well, they don't know what to do with it. I'll certainly give a dumpster to a newly married couple in my employ.
Are they employees of your side business or your main business?
Both! It's important that they know both aspects of the business.
All right, then. Would it be of interest to you, and I already know the answer,
Go on.
to know that our next guest is a world record holder?
Why, that's fascinating!
It truly is.
Yes! Long fingernails?
I don't believe so.
One of the fat twins on the motorcycles?
What world record was that, by the way?
Fattest person! Wouldn't you know, it's a tie you have to share with your brother.
And it wasn't specific to the...
There he is. Have you stopped shaking?
But seriously, if you need help, there are meetings everywhere in this
That's
city.
right.
Poor man's just trying to have fun on a Sunday night.
That's right. Oh, are you a religious man?
I just think, hey, my first day of work tomorrow morning, let me get fucked up.
Your first day at work.
Of the work week.
Of the work week.
Yeah.
Do you have a job, sir? You do it. What is your job? Where are you employed currently?
I think
I'm going to give you one more chance to think
Yeah.
about it. Because I heard you the first two times.
He's making a joke.
No, I got it.
Yeah.
Yes.
We all get it. Where are you employed, sir?
I
Oh, boy. Okay, we're shutting this down right now.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Just like his liver is about to shut down.
His poor loved ones.
Let's not make assumptions.
That he has loved ones?
Your words, not mine. I'm a very positive person.
All right, we have to get to our next guest, certainly. He is a world record holder, and this is very exciting to talk to him. Please welcome Frank Dorito.
Hi.
Frank Dorito.
Yes.
Frank Dorito.
My name is Frank Dorito. I never sang before right now.
You've never sung
Never
before.
in your life.
What was that? My name is Frank Dorito. Oh, it hurts.
What a wonderful song.
Wow.
You've never been listening to the radio and said, oh, I would love to join in.
No, I didn't know humans could do that.
Scott, may I ask you a question?
Certainly.
Have you ever been listening to the radio and said, I would love to join in?
Yes, and then I asked the radio if it's okay.
Oh, you're very polite.
Not even Happy Birthday? You've never sung Happy Birthday?
What's a birthday? No, I know about birthdays. It goes directly with my personality traits that you know all about.
Frank, you and I have spoken one time before.
Yes, we have. It was the best day of my life.
I didn't realize that. How very nice.
I didn't tell you because I was embarrassed.
Was it because of the conversation, or did something happen previous to it?
I got fucked.
Had that never happened before, or just the way it happened?
The way it happened, it was amazing.
And then we talked.
Yeah. And that was chill.
That was chill.
Yeah.
But you and I have spoken once before, and we have talked about your world records. But for those of you who have not heard this, explain.
I haven't, for example.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Dorito. I didn't mean to startle you. It's dangerous to startle the person who's so very tall.
I am almost 7 feet tall.
You're almost 7 feet tall, and is 6'11"? Is that?
I'm 6'11" and 90 hairs. I'm a hair away from 7 feet tall.
Wow.
91 hairs in a foot, just so you know.
You're a tall gentleman, and
Yes, I am.
you have the world record for something very interesting. And this is not something that I knew was in the Guinness World Record book, but it's a very interesting world record. Explain to the people exactly what we're talking about.
I hold the world record for the most wishes granted. Yes.
What a wonderful distinction.
Yes, it's tight.
You use a lot of young person slang.
That's one of my recent wishes.
To use more young person slang?
Yes, and it's working out quite AF.
Not sure you're using that one correctly, but you are using it.
It wasn't part of the wish. You gotta be
that's true.
specific.
You have to be careful when making a wish.
Yes, you bay.
Straight fire.
So now you have had the most wishes granted,
Yes.
and these. And describe the first time that you made these wishes for the nice folks
Well,
out
the
here.
first time I made a wish was on my birthday. So when I said I'd never say happy birthday, that was a lie.
Right, you immediately corrected yourself.
Yes, I knew that couldn't be true about me. But yes, every wish I made on my birthday came true, at which point I decided to try to venture out of birthdays and make wishes on pennies and in wells and whatnot. And guess what? They all came true, baby. Then I started keeping track, and then the Guinness Book got a wind of it, and they came and followed me around for a few years while I wished on things, and they saw it all come true.
And were there like magic genie situations?
I did meet a few genies, yes. Well, genies, you know, when they heard of me, all the genies kind of came flocking. My mailbox, every day I'd open it, a new genie would pop out, trying to grant me a wish and get out of his little mailbox home.
Oh, he lived in the mailbox.
They all did.
Oh, never occurred to me that was a place you could live.
Maybe people were...
Wish I'd heard this sooner.
Well, now that I think of it, maybe people were mailing me genies.
It used to be legal.
Yes, it was.
So what were some of these things that you wished for? The first one was...
A million Cheetos. Or was there one you remember that I don't?
Well, I think your height has something to do with...
Oh, yeah. Well, I wish to be a little bit taller. Then I wish to be a baller, of course. And then I wish for a million Cheetos. But, you know, yeah, it all worked out. I'm a baller in every sense of the word. I play basketball, and I'm good with women.
And you cry a lot as well.
I cry a lot, yeah.
Oh, so...
I cry like a bitch. Oh, it's a shame.
Did you eat all the Cheetos, or...?
Oh, yeah, I got a tummy ache. Then I wished for that to go away, and I got diarrhea.
But you were okay with that?
Yeah, I felt better after about 15 minutes of diarrhea.
What an interesting story.
Yeah, it is. I agree.
So now, how many wishes have you been granted?
Well, at this point now, it's about 2,899 wishes.
Wow,
it's very
But
impressive.
I gotta tell you, I've been kind of stumped lately. My wishes aren't coming true as
They're
much
not
as I
coming
would
true
want.
anymore.
No, they're not. You know, I keep wishing for things, and it's not working out.
So are you going about it the exact same way? Like when you see a penny, what was the chant that you would say?
It's exactly this, for sure. See a penny, pick it up. All day long, you'll have good luck. See a penny, leave it lay. Every day, you wish you say, I wish I picked that penny up because I would have got a wish.
And once you recited that, then you would wish, silently, you were telling me.
Never say a wish out loud. Come on.
It's rookie behavior.
It won't come true.
Would it come true immediately, or would there be some sort of deferment period, or...
Usually it'd be pretty quick. You know, I make a wish like I want a new car, and suddenly a car will pull up and I'm inside. You know, it's that fast.
Wait. Dude, are you in the car when it pulls up and you see yourself in it?
Yes.
Oh, that sounds very scary to
That's
me.
eerie.
The first time it was scary. Every other time after that it was fun.
Well, then where does the other you go?
I don't know. I never saw them again.
So which one would disappear? The one outside the car, or the one inside the car?
Somebody's gone. One thing I know for sure, there's only one Frank Dorito. Google says otherwise.
Really?
That was funny. We have to laugh at ourselves.
Hazard of the trade, hitting
Sorry.
your own teeth with the microphone.
Hit yourself in the teeth with the microphone.
Yeah.
That used to happen to Rudy Valley.
Really?
Yes.
Every time he sang?
Not every time, but a lot.
How do you know that? Would he talk about it?
Well,
or-
I'd seen him perform for the radio.
Oh.
And he couldn't judge the distance between himself and the microphone. The microphones back then were huge.
So he would think that
He would think it was farther
it
away
was
than
far
it was.
away because it was so huge?
No.
It would be the opposite, wouldn't it?
Everyone back then had tiny eyes.
Oh.
Google a picture of Rudy Valley. You'll see a tiny, tiny little eyes.
So you would wish these things, they would come true immediately. Mm-hmm. And nowadays, you're making the wishes and they don't come true.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, you know. I've been trying to make some wishes lately and I'm struggling. I wish to have clean skin.
Clean skin?
Yeah, like freshly showered skin. Nothing changed. And then I wished for my hair to be an inch shorter. And honestly, no difference. Help me, Scott.
How is this my problem?
Don't you help people on your talk show?
I guess I do. Yeah, what can I do to help? Can we...
I don't know. Help me figure out how to make a wish again. Maybe I made a wish in every which way I could.
Did you make a wish that you would no longer have the power to make wishes?
Huh.
Be careful, because that may end everything right now.
No.
Good.
That would have been a strange wish to make.
Yeah.
I would
For
never do
someone
that.
who enjoys making wishes.
I love my life just how it is. Except right now.
Do you think, Mr. Dorito, if I may,
Yeah.
is there anything to the idea that maybe you're wishing for such small things that that's why they're not coming true? Because your other wishes were amazing.
I always did wish for fantastical things. But
Maybe-
lately I started trying to enjoy the smaller things in life. Like clean teeth.
Maybe they're imperceptible to you. You're not noticing them. You know, I mean, if someone were to cut an inch off their hair, I don't know whether I would notice it, you know.
You wouldn't?
1 inch? I mean, 2 inches,
Oh,
yeah.
I'd notice right away. I'm very invested in the lives of all those around me.
Can I ask
Hey! Oh, sorry.
Yeah, sorry, no, you go ahead.
Did I hear you live in a trash?
Well, now, I live in a dumpster, but there's
common
no trash
mistake.
in it.
Oh. What do you sleep on?
Well, I sleep on a mattress. Very wonderful mattress.
Is it
Is this
dirty
a discarded
mattress?
mattress? Is this a garbage
Why,
mattress?
no, it's not at all. I sleep on a brand new mattress from a very reputable mattress company.
Can I ask how many inches it is?
Well, it's a 10-inch mattress. It includes 3 layers of cooling comfort.
Is there anything trademarked in those layers that keeps you as cool as the other side of the
Well,
pillow?
there's a substance called Aveda that's trademarked. I know that for a fact.
Interesting. And did
Okay.
how did it come in, and how did you discard of the box?
Well, you know, one of my employees told me how to order it. I ordered it online on the computer. And then it arrived at my dumpster. It was, now you would think a mattress box would be gigantic.
It may not even fit in that dumpster.
Well,
You'd
that's
have
what
to
I was afraid
fold
of.
it up or something.
Every mattress I've seen has come in a box the size of a mattress.
Of course.
Slightly bigger, slightly bigger.
Of course, to fit the mattress inside.
It's logic. Well, wouldn't you know? It came compressed in a box the size of a miniature refrigerator.
I don't believe you.
You must believe me. Please, Mr. Dorito, it's true.
I don't want to believe you. I'm scared.
Wish on it. Wish to believe him.
Oh, wait. Almost ruined it by saying it out
yeah.
loud. I believe you.
Oh, your wish came
Hey,
true.
it
It
came
worked.
true.
You are a magic man.
Wait a minute. You almost said it out loud. Have you been saying all of your wishes out loud?
Yes, I've been begging in the mirror.
In what? I couldn't quite hear that.
Every morning, I've been waking up and begging in the mirror for things to change.
Oh.
Sort of
I
like a Snow
wish.
White situation where
Yes.
you're... Yeah.
And it wasn't working. I forgot the simple rules of wishing. Keep it in your head and wish on every coin you see. Wish in every body of water. Wish on a genie, but don't really get involved with them because they'll screw you over.
That's right. Now, when you would beg into the mirror, like let's say you wanted your hair to be an inch shorter.
Yes, please.
What would you say into the mirror?
I'd say, dear God, I wish my hair was an inch shorter. If it was, I'd really love it. And guess what? Jack Diddley Squat is what I wanted to say.
Why didn't you?
What were you starting to say instead?
I said jig diddly squat.
I would have accepted that.
Is this a game show?
Yeah, thank you, Alex Trebek.
I'm just saying I'm a very accepting person. Now, could it be, Mr. Dorito, that you didn't phrase the wish, even though you said it out loud, you didn't phrase the wish in proper wish structure?
That's right. A magic mirror, if you see in Snow White, you're supposed to rhyme your wishes.
Oh, well, like what?
Like, I wish I may, I wish I might not be fucked by 7 dwarfs tonight.
Now, that sounds like something you want to happen. If I know you at all.
Wait, we barely know each other.
That's what I mean.
He seems to have a pretty good sense of you so far, though. I buy it.
You did accidentally text me that.
That was meant for someone else.
That's a bit of a smoking gun.